Hello, Internet! Welcome to another week of Bazzle Spot Doubles. So, some interesting games last week. I hope you enjoyed me playing with this Lipid and Brillium team. Let's do another week. The London International Championship is coming up this week, I believe as well. I'm recording it in the past, so I'm just going to check. Yeah, it's coming up this weekend, and not recording it that far in the past, but yeah, it's coming up this next weekend. So I'm gonna, obviously pre-record these episodes. So this will be Monday, and there will be two more still on Wednesday and on Friday. So the people at the tournament, obviously you're probably not gonna be able to watch the one on Friday, but you can catch up later on. Videos stick around on YouTube for a while, I do believe. All right, so I don't know. We had some interesting games last week. It went pretty well for us. Hello, Mr. Hang from the United States. With one of those Japanese sand teams that plagued the 2015 format. It went well for us last week up until the Friday, where we had two sort of standard-ish sort of teams. We lost to a strange Celesteela with acrobatics, and we lost the last game to literally a first turn wake up on the last turn of the game. But let's focus on this then, because this guy. I mean, these teams were always a big threat for us in 2015. This team obviously is a bit different to the one that I was using back then. I have got Tailwind on this team, which could be a big help for us. But like if he goes with Excadrill and Tyranitar, what can I really do to stop that? I have got Sunny Day on this Lipid, which you might have seen last week, so I can at least stop the sand for one turn. Maybe I go with Breloom too then. Let's go with Lipid and Breloom, and definitely Volcarona, and definitely Aerodactyl. Because we do want Tailwind options. We do want Volcarona for his Amoonguss and for his Excadrill as well. So let's see how this goes. I mean, teams like this, I'm always very sort of scared about playing, because they were a big threat back in 2015. But let's see how this. I mean, he's got a good rating, so it would be nice to win and steal some points back. But this guy, okay, he just goes with Tyranitar and Excadrill. Because he's got his sand up, he might be inclined to withdraw the Tyranitar, maybe for Salamence for an Intimidate. Because, I mean, I can Fake Out and Mach Punch into the Tyranitar, so you would imagine Salamence is going to come in on that slot, wouldn't you? And he's probably going to protect his Excadrill as well. You would imagine. Although if he does protect his Excadrill, I can just Encore it the next turn, unless he brings in his Amoonguss. So the question is, how important is Breloom's Focus Sash here? Because I could just go for a Fake Out and Spore even. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go for a Fake Out into Excadrill and a Spore into the Tyranitar. If he double protects here, then I'll be kicking myself for not going for a Sunny Day. But he's actually withdrawing the Excadrill into Volcarona, so that's interesting. And Tyranitar might be protecting, might be withdrawing. Yeah, so Salamence, I'm imagining, is going to come in here. Oh, it's a Amoonguss. Oh, well, that turn worked out perfectly for him then. And because I didn't, because I didn't Sunny Day there, I am losing my Sash, and that's not good at all. So, yeah, I should have gone for a Sunny Day, shouldn't I? Just there. In hindsight, it's obviously nice. I mean, it would have been boosting up his attacks, but, Brilliant got his Sash, doesn't really matter. Lipid's frail enough anyway. So what do we do? Because he can just fire a Spore into Lipid here, can't he? So if I bring Aerodactyl in, it's just going to go to sleep. And that is my answer for Volcarona here. So that Yeah, that turn has worked out horribly for us. So I'm just going to foul play into the Amoonguss, try and get some damage on it. And I'm going to withdraw Breloom, actually, into Aerodactyl. He could Quiver Dance here. And he would be safe to Quiver Dance here too, because he's got Rage Powder. But he will just be putting Life Bud to sleep here too, so... either way. So in that case, maybe I should have been Sunny Daying, really, instead of just getting this chip damage on Amoonguss, so that if Exeggutor came in, it wouldn't be outspeeding Aerodactyl. So he does Heat Wave. Life Bud actually hangs on from that. Or not. And he just Giga Drains into the Life Bud. Okay, so Amoonguss does get a knockout there. But now, well, now what do we do? Well, now we put our Volcarona in because we want to threaten the Amoonguss. So, like, even though this game has started really horribly for us, we're not in the worst of positions just yet. Because we've got two Pokemon in there, threaten both of his Pokemon. And we've got Breloom in the back, which threatens both of his Pokemon in the back as well. If we get Tailwind up here, which I'm going to do, Volcarona should be faster than his Excadrill in the sand as well. The problem would be his Tyranitar from there. So I think we have to target this Amoonguss, don't we? And try and Tailwind. Like, his Volcarona isn't really a threat to us at all here. So he might even withdraw the Volcarona. But not into Excadrill, because I could just Heat Wave here. It'll be Tyranitar that comes in, if anything. I don't think I need my Inferno Overdrive for anything else. So I'm just going to do that into the Amoonguss. And Mega Evolve. And try and Tailwind. Well, and I am going to Tailwind. So maybe... oh, well, Tyranitar comes in that slot. Okay. Well, I don't mind this too much because Inferno Overdrive is going to do a decent chunk of damage to the Tyranitar. He might just be protecting his Volcarona, yeah, which he is doing. So I'm glad I did Tailwind there. And maybe an Inferno Overdrive plus Rock Slide plus Bug Buzz might even knock the Tyranitar out. That's what I'm hoping. So yeah, this game started horribly for us, but we're sort of trying to position ourselves decently. It's not going too badly. The worry, I suppose, is if Amoonguss can survive a Heat Wave and Rock Slide as well. That's a decent amount of damage. So now I Rock Slide, definitely. But do I Bug Buzz into the Tyranitar as well? I'm not sure it's going to knock it out. And if I lose my Volcarona, then I've lost the game. He's just going to Rock Slide here, isn't he? He is just going to Rock Slide here. So, you know what? Maybe we try and get cheeky. Maybe we Quiver Dance with Volcarona here and Wide Guard. Because that will put Tyranitar in range of a Bug Buzz and Rock Slide. Volcarona, his own Volcarona might switch into something as well. But if it doesn't really threaten us too much. I mean, if it Quiver Dances as well, then that would be maybe a little bit tricky. But it does switch into Excadrill. Well, that's definitely interesting. Because I could just be Heat Waving here. But yeah. And this is one of the reasons why I made this play. Because I'm getting something from this. Yeah, he was fearing the Rock Slide and Bug Buzz into Tyranitar. So at least I'm getting something from this turn. And now, if he isn't Focus Sash Excadrill, we can just Heat Wave and Wide Guard again. We've still got 2 turns of Tailwind left as well. I could Skydrop the Excadrill too, actually. Thinking about it. And just Bug Buzz into the Tyranitar now. But would a Bug Buzz from here knock Tyranitar out? I'm really shaky on that. I'm gonna hope it does. I'm gonna Bug Buzz the Tyranitar and Skydrop the Excadrill, because this Volcarona at +1 is still a little bit slower than Aerodactyl. So I'll Skydrop, bring it down, and be able to Heat Wave the next turn. So I need this Bug Buzz to knock Tyranitar out, which it does. Nice one, good. So Tyranitar goes down there. We are at +1 with Volcarona as well. So, and the sand's gone down as well, which is excellent. So his Volcarona comes in. So I'm Skydropping, because I EV'd these Pokemon so that Aerodactyl was still a little bit faster than Volcarona at +1. Excadrill's going to come down, and it's going to come down into a Heat Wave. So yeah, this game did start horribly, but I think we've positioned ourselves really nicely now. And Heat Wave hopefully hits. Ooh. Well, Volcarona avoids it. I would much rather Volcarona avoid it than Excadrill avoid that. Definitely. So, and his Volcarona Quiver dances up as well. Alright, so it would have been definitely nice to get my own Heat Wave damage on his Volcarona, especially before he got his Quiver Dance boosts as well. But we're still not looking too bad here. My Tailwind ran out as well, didn't it? But he's not going to be able to, like, he can't, Volcarona can't one-shot Aerodactyl from here. So, really, I just Heat Wave and Rock Slide, don't I? Or do I even need to do that? I mean, could I Bug Buzz into Amoonguss and Rock Slide? I suppose if he, yeah, I Heat Wave here, don't I? Because if he protects his Volcarona, which he definitely could do, I want my Heat Wave and Rock Slide to be knocking out his Amoonguss. I'm at +1, so I do think Rock Slide and Heat Wave will knock his Amoonguss out. But these are two 90% accurate moves. If his Volcarona has got the Z move as well, and is somehow fast, well, somehow, with more EVs, faster than my Volcarona, we protected the Amoonguss, okay. Then, oh, my Aerodactyl is still faster than his Volcarona, and I don't think there's any Charty Berry there. Nope. So Volcarona just goes down. Yeah, nice one. So, yeah, really, really good game, actually, this one. So his Volcarona is maybe around the same sort of speed as my Volcarona. Still slower than Mega Aerodactyl. But mine is slower than Mega Aerodactyl, so I can do this Skydrop business like I did with this Excadrill in this game. So I'm really happy how this has worked out for us. Yeah, I mean, we don't need to mess around doing anything now, do we? We can just hit him with some attacks. I'm not Heat Waving here just because he'll probably just forfeit, yeah. And if he spores one of us, then what's he going to do? We'll just wake up and Bug Buzz him some more. So, yeah. Maybe I should have gone for a Sunny Day turn 1 there. He made a nice switch, especially with the Amoonguss coming in on the slot that I was sporing as well. Really nicely done there. So, yeah, that game started really badly for us. But, yeah, I'm really happy with how that worked out. Just because teams like that, like I keep saying, teams like that were a big threat for this back in 2015. So to actually be able to, play around it and, position ourselves nicely up against it, I'm really happy with how that one went. So very, very chuffed with that. Just wondering if the Bug Buzz hadn't knocked the Tyranitar out, what would it have been going for? Because I did show Wide Guard the previous turn. So it could have been Rock Sliding again. Maybe he predicted my wide guard, maybe he's going for a crunch or something. Maybe he had a Z move, and that's what I'm wondering. If it did have a Z move, maybe like a Black Hole Eclipse. That is what the Dark One's called, isn't it? Would have knocked Volcarona out, and then the game would have been very different there. So I'm just glad that my Bug Buzz did knock the Tyranitar out. So I'm really happy with the play before going for the Quiver Dance and the wide guard. So let's move on. We've already done, gone over the post-mortem of that team now, of that game rather. If I could spit my words out. And we've got another game. Because we searched, didn't we? So I think leading with Raikou can be quite nice here. Because with the pressure, we'll see if it's faster than Landorus, if it's Scarfed or not. If he's got a Scarf Salamence or not as well. You never know, there's 2 potential Megas on this team. So I think Raikou is a good lead here. But who would Raikou struggle against? Maybe only really the Landorus if it's maybe Assault Vested or the Snorlax. So I think Liepard and Raikou does look pretty nice here. Aerodactyl looks nice as well. He has got 3 flying Pokemon. And I'm going to take Brillium as well just for extra security for the Finny and the Snorlax. And with the Sash, it will help us against Koko as well. So I'm quite happy going with these 4. And let's see how this one goes as well. So it is, I'm finding it really fun using Liepard and Brillium again. Like, it is funny the amount of stick that I got using it in 15 over. I mean, I won the first ever European regional with this team, but I suppose it was early on in the format and people were sort of unprepared for this team all over again. So maybe I need to capitalize again and, use this team again in the early tournaments of 18 and, capitalize on people's unpreparedness now. But as we've just seen, my pressure went after his Intimidate, so I know that is a Choice Scarf Landorus. So unless he switches, I can go for a Fake Out and a Hidden Power Ice and get rid of it. Which he doesn't do. So, he's losing his Landorus here. So, yeah, flinch first, it's definitely Scarf, definitely faster than my Raikou. And Hidden Power does knock it out. So, Snorlax, if it goes for a Belly Drum, I can Foul Play it. If it goes for anything else that's not an attack, I can Encore it. Yeah. You just have to see what else it's got. What was the other thing that I said would give Raikou problems? Was it both Snorlax and... I think it was both Snorlax and Landorus, wasn't it? And we've just taken care of the Landorus. And now he's very kindly given Raikou the electric terrain. So actually a Thunderbolt will do a lot of damage to Snorlax here. So I am going to Encore the Snorlax. And Thunderbolt into it. They don't normally have Protect. So he's just going to be stuck in there cursing now. So he can't recycle, he can't attack. And, oh, well, his Tapu Koko has got the electric one. Gigavolt Havoc, isn't it? So that's curious. Because if he's taking out, surely he's targeting the Raikou here. Because if he was wanting Liepard gone, he'd just Dazzling Gleam, wouldn't he? Surely. So this is bound to be into... Oh no, well, apparently not. Well, he's not got a Life Orb. This Liepard is EV to take a Dazzling Gleam from a Koko, so maybe he knew. Maybe he was that desperate to get rid of it. And Thunderbolt in electric terrain, ooh, doesn't do as much damage as I thought it would. But that's an interesting roll there. Like, if we get a slightly higher roll, the Snorlax is gone. But I don't want to put Aerodactyl in because I don't want to Rock Slide and activate its berry. But there's no other way I can bring it a little bit closer to range without activating its berry, is there? So do I put Breloom in? And just try and double into the Koko? So this Coco is being a little bit nasty. He has got 2 turns of Encore left as well. So I'm just going to Bullet Seed and Thunderbolt into the Tapu Koko because these 2 attacks will definitely knock it out. He'll probably protect it. But if he switches, I don't think there's anything he's got in the back that will appreciate a combination of these 2 attacks. But Breloom's going to go down to his Sasha, yeah, but we are knocking out his Tapu Koko in return, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's definitely in Bullet Seed range. But am I really playing this sort of relying on like a slightly higher roll to knock out his Snorlax here? I mean, he's locked into Curse for 1 more turn. So if I Thunderbolt into it and it survives, I'll get his berry. It'll go back up to like 55% or so. If he's got Salamence, I've got my Aerodactyl. He has got his Salamence, I've got my Aerodactyl. He hasn't Mega Evolved anything either yet, has he? So it's still possibly a Mega Salamence, which is faster than Raikou. And Raikou has only got 74 HP left. I mean, if he's got Double Edge, Salamence might be able to knock Raikou out, which is definitely not good. But if it has got Double Edge, or maybe Draco Meteor or something like that, and does knock Raikou out, it's going to go to sleep. I'm going to Spore it. It's just then we would have this Snorlax to contend with, which has got lots of boosts now. So I'll try and Thunderbolt the Snorlax. I mean, if this knocks Snorlax out, then we've won the game. We're fine. I mean, I did think the Thunderbolt did less than I was expecting. Oh, well, Raikou's faster. Maybe that's an Adamant or a Modest Salamence then. Yeah, okay, so we got the roll there. But I was going to say, I was a little bit surprised. Oh, it's Earthquake, actually. Ooh. I was a bit surprised at how little the Thunderbolt did to Snorlax the first turn, considering I am Life Orb. It is in electric terrain as well. You know, Raikou is grounded, so it can take advantage of that. Didn't expect Earthquake from Salamence, though. So he has actually been able to knock out both of my Pokemon. I thought it would either have been one or the other. So when I said if he's got Salamence, then we've won the game, well, we're not quite there yet. Because I'm imagining this Salamence then is Adamant, because it was slower than Raikou. I'm going to have to hit 2 Rock Slides. I mean, if I miss some Rock Slides, what is the worst thing the Salamence can do to me? If it's all physical, Double Edge, I'm going to have to hope it's a 3-hit KO. If it's mixed, maybe it's got Draco Meteor. I don't think Draco Meteor would knock me out either, but I need to hit 2 Rock Slides. I have got flinch chances and all the rest of it as well, so I do believe the odds are in my favour to win this game, but it's Mega versus Mega. Ancient flying rock thing versus green shiny dragon thing. Ooh, he's got Dragon Dance. Okay, well that's interesting. So he's going to be faster now. I still don't think a +1 Double Edge will knock me out, but if he's got Giga Impact, I'm thinking of Jamie Boyd again. If he's got Giga Impact, then he will. I mean, he's not going to have. He's bound to have Protect. He's got Earthquake. And he's got Dragon Dance. So it's just going to be either Double Edge or Return, isn't it? Which I'm pretty sure I can survive. So the question is, do I go for a Rock Slide? Or do I go for a Tailwind here? Because if I Rock Slide and I get a slightly low roll and don't knock him out, he'll win the game. But if I Tailwind here, and then the next turn I get to Rock Slide, I will still have flinch chances if the Rock Slide doesn't quite knock him out. So I am going to Tailwind here. And he's got Double Edge. So, well, okay, so because it is Double Edge and not Return or Frustration, with the recoil, he's definitely in Rock Slide range now. So this feels like a somewhat similar scenario to how last Friday finished off. in a way. Last Friday there's a 1 in 3 chance he wins the game, 2 in 3 chance I win the game. Today, there's a 9 in 10 chance I win the game, and a 1 in 10 chance he wins the game. Can I hit my rock slide? Yes, I can. Good. And yeah, with a recoil, that's definitely in range. And I hope you can understand why I did tailwind there as well, because if it was return or frustration and didn't get any recoil damage, with a low roll, I would have been looking down, potentially being too carried myself with this Dragon Dance. But with the tailwind, I did have flinch chances on top of the damage roll as well. So that's why I went for the tailwind there. So yeah, I'm super happy with how these games have gone today. Really, really good games, I feel. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this. I've enjoyed playing with this. So I'm a happy bunny sitting here. So thank you guys. Please like and share and all the rest of it. If you see me at the weekend as well, come up and say hello too. Unless I'm looking very unhappy. But no, whatever. So yeah. So please like and share and all of us. Leave your comments and stuff too. So thank you guys, and goodbye for now.